When it rains, for some families, it pours.
We just had this crash and we looked out the window and our backyard was flat and it's just disintegrated, like sloped, gone.
Alexa used to live here in the Auckland suburb of Glenfield. She has a son, a baby on the way, and is desperate for a place to live.
When we came back to the property after a few days, you see the house beams are just clinging on to dear life on these little small piles of concrete. And every time you went inside, you could feel the shift. A lot of stuff I bought for the baby was under the house, and we found out that it's contaminated with asbestos.
Our biggest city has been dealt a double blow. We had the wettest day on record, and then Gabrielle 2 weeks later.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be red stickered. That property was stability for me and my son, and yeah, it was my home.
5,500 homes have been damaged from the floods. The cyclone put another 1,500 households into an already stretched rental market.
We're seeing a real sense of urgency from prospective tenants. Unfurnished rental properties in Auckland, we're finding there's an increase in demand of about 2 to 3 times, but for a furnished property that increases to about 5 times. Now, when you see an increase in tenants taking sight unseen properties, that's just desperation in the marketplace.
Hardest hit by the floods, the Hawke's Bay region already had a significant housing shortage.
It's not unusual for us in the Hawke's Bay to list a property for rent and get 60 to 80 applications within the first 5 days. So with the floods happening, that situation's only getting worse.
More than 10,000 people are displaced across Hawke's Bay and Tairāwhiti.
At the moment, there's a whole community living in their local marae.
We could use hundreds, or if not thousands, more rental properties in the Hawke's Bay.
State house waiting lists in Auckland, Gisborne and Napier Hastings are long, with 560 flood-damaged Kāinga order homes. We've got a crisis on a crisis.
The properties that are currently for sale, possibly they could be purchased by the government for those displaced families to move in straight away. We could put whānau in those homes right now and save them the anxiety and the anguish of winter.
And while the government has bolstered their temporary accommodation service to get things moving, for people like Alexa, a proper solution can't come soon enough.
There are so many people in my position. You know, we just don't know what's going to happen.
Very sad situation for so many people, and I was about to say what we need is like some big buildings dotted around New Zealand that in emergencies people could just go to and sleep and get a feed until they find their permanent accommodation. And then I realised we do have those things, they're called marae, and they're actually working really well in this situation, almost like they were designed for it.
Yeah, it's incredible to see the grassroots efforts of iwi Māori and the places that they already have. It's great to hear that the government are actually empowering marae to keep on doing what they're doing, pushing some resources their way. I think maybe that's going to be the only solution. Like, just give money, give resources, give time to the people that are coming up with the thousands of solutions for the thousands of problems, because they are the best people to know the problem, they are the best people to find the solution, but they just don't have enough to do with it in the long term.
So true of so many social issues, right? The people who are already feeding the people probably know how to do it best. Or you can start a ministry of flood disaster housing and pour all that into an HQ in Wellington and then spread the money out that way.
I don't want that. Just give them the pūtea to the ones that are doing it.
Okay.